Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. Once a formidable pan-India political force, the Marxist Party now has four members in the Lok Sabha, drawing a blank from West Bengal and Tripura, which were its former strongholds. The fall has been steady if you look at the progression over the years, and the fall has been consistent. At the peak in 2004, the party had 44 Lok Sabha seats, then emerging as an alternative voice
Some
and
some
outside.
problem with the audio. Sorry, there is some
Okay,
problem with the audio. I am unable to follow what you are saying. First part was
okay,
okay. Up to
okay. So
up to
now
you
can you hear
mentioned
me?
that our
Now can you hear me, sir?
now
Now
you
can you hear?
yeah of course. Yeah
Okay. So
yeah
I'll just start once again with a little intro so that you can follow us. I'm saying that once a
yeah.
formidable pan India political force, the Marxist Party now has just four members in the Lok Sabha, drawing a blank from West Bengal and Tripura, its former strongholds. The fall has been steady and consistent. At its peak in 2004, the party had 44 Lok Sabha seats, emerging as an alternative voice and a key outside supporter of the UPA 1 government. Its tally fell to 16 in 2009, and then 9 in 2014, then 3 in 2019, and 4 in 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Now, left parties have performed abysmally as far as the Bihar elections have been concerned. They were able to win just two Vidhan Sabha seats from Paliganj and Karakat. So now the big question is that what are the options before the left? With Kerala elections around the corner, the big question is that can the left government in Kerala beat anti-incumbency and come back to power for the third time? What is the general direction as far as the left parties are concerned? Joining me this evening is a very special guest, veteran politician, former Rajya Sabha MP, and General Secretary and Politburo member of CPIM, Mr. M.A. Baby joins us this evening. So thank you so much for joining on the Federal. It's a real pleasure to have you on the program. And I won't go far, but I'll begin with the performance of the left parties in the Bihar elections, with just two seats. Uh, what is the hope which is left? Because when you took over as the general secretary, people were saying that yes, things might change within the left. But how far do you think you've been able to travel as far as the progress and the development of the left ideology, the political imprint of the left is concerned?
First of all, though not significant, but there is a small, correction of the number of the left represented in Bihar. I think CPIM has one member, which I am sure, and CPIML has two. So this taken, I don't know whether out of
Okay,
the two, one has been declared. So it's a marginal, but still
right.
50%.
Hmm.
So far as our left forces are concerned, we do consider the importance and value of our representation in various elected, positions, whether it is Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, or state assemblies. There is definitely a decline so far as our electoral performance is concerned. However, so far as a political movement mobilizing the toiling masses, the marginalized sections of society, and also to give voice to the neglected, oppressed, and exploited sections of society, which other political force is there in our country? So people ask the question, what is the future of the left? I would ask, what is the future without left? Of course, the left will have to strengthen itself. We are in that process. And you said that when I have been given the responsibility of the general secretaryship of the CPIM, many had big hope that there would be a big change. No, that change is not dependent on an individual or a group of comrades. Definitely, the orientation that would be given by a Politburo or Central Committee or state committees, that is also important. Comrades play an important role. But most important thing is that how as a political party, we are going to engage with the issues of the people. For example, in Bihar elections, we tried to flag issues like unemployment, the lack of growth, the plight of the marginalized sections. But more than a crore women were given with a substantial amount in a state like Bihar is concerned. 10,000 rupees coming to their account is not a small thing. No, that did make certain impact. In fact, we were not against extending such material assistance to people. People deserve this, but this being given when elections are around the corner, you neglect group of people for a long period. Then when elections are around the corner, immediately present them with something. So illusions can be generated.
Right. So,
So
Mr.
apart
Reddy,
from that,
are you saying that this 10,000 rupees was almost like a bribe to the women? Because that is what the general allegation has been, that the women were bribed into voting for the BJP or the NDA.
I would say that not only 10,000, more than that, the poor marginalized sections are entitled for. But their entitlement is being given as a bribe. That is our point. You see, if this has been part of a general program of the government, empowering women, making them entrepreneurs, giving them training, upskilling them, you can understand it. But now, when elections are about to take place, is being given, almost appearing to be a bribe. This is where we have. But this is not all. The misuse of various government machinery, then very, very, I would say, crookedly ingenious engineering of caste combinations and communalization of society. See, muscle power and money power, not only the money transfer that has taken place, huge amounts have been spent during the time of the elections. Everything taken together, I have my doubts about the genuinity of the Bihar verdict.
Okay. So when you say that, then are you pointing out at the fact that the Bihar elections were rigged, and because of the money power, the missile power, and the misuse of the constitutional machinery?
I won't say that it is totally rigged. I
Okay.
want to be objective. You see, uh, even a supporter in front of the India bloc, Mr. Yogendra Yadav, he made his own. He's a psephologist also. He made his own studies. He underlined the overall organizational political strength, quote unquote, of BJP, Janata Dal United, and various other forces they marshaled during the time of the election. So, like that, there are various. But SIR, Special Intensive Revision of Voters List, it was targeted at the marginalized, downtrodden, minorities, women. You see, so women were targeted like that. Then women were presented with, what they have done. This cash transfer that has happened. So multi-dimensional interventions.
No, but,
The
but
government.
can you clarify further when you say that you have doubts about the genuinity of the Bihar verdict? What does it clearly mean? Because what we have seen is people have been talking about the vote theft. You yourself are saying that the names of the voters were cut out because of SIR. So, do you see somewhere, the election commission has been biased, because that is also what is being discussed? What do you think is the reason why that, like, sole 2 3 reasons why you think that the Bihar verdict wasn't genuine?
Uh, First of all, the impact of the money transfer that had taken place.
Okay.
Then the huge amount of money used in different levels. Then carrot and stick policy. Home Minister intervened and forced certain independent candidates to withdraw. You should be having that information with you. So, micro level intervention using the central government and the state government. In fact, in subverting the innocent democratic process of election, there was double engine operating, central government and state government. You see, they generally speak about double engine development, but double engine was misused to influence people. I would say influence people. ILL. You see, it's a wrong type of influence. So developed this word influence. This was happening. Then communal polarization. Then various sections of caste groups, their representation being ensured in in various regions. Different types of demographic composition is there. This RSS machine, it also functions very, very effectively like a bulwark. Everything taken together, the people's issues, livelihood issues, which we wanted to highlight, like unemployment and lack
Yes.
of development and so on, got marooned in this campaign of money, muscle, and
Every
government
election,
machinery.
but Mr. Baby, every election, I'm sure the NDA or the BJP is going to fight like this. So, what is the option then, according to you, before the opposition parties and especially the left? Because the money, the muscle power, the grassroots presence, how much of it your bloc has, and how will you really face this marathon election machinery of the BJP or the NDA?
I'm sorry, only sporadic words were clear.
Okay. I think Mr. Baby has got disconnected, but let's just wait for him to come back. I think there's some signal issue over there, but what he has been saying is that the huge machinery of the BJP and the left, uh, he's expressed doubts about the genuinity of the Bihar verdict so far. He has said that the money, the muscle power, the constitutional machinery, all have been galvanized for the BJPs, when he especially spoke about the 10,000 rupees bribe, or rather, the women were lured into those 10,000 rupees, and that's why apparently they went and voted. I think Mr. Baby is back. Yes, sorry, sir, your signal got disconnected. I was just summarizing for the viewers what you said so far. So I'll come back with the question that how are the opposition parties going to face this mammoth machinery, the election machinery of the BJP?
You see, even some renowned newspapers have picked up the communique that CPIM issued after our meeting on 13th and 14th of November. We issued the communique on 16th morning after having gone through the electoral, election results. There we did not, just reduce everything into election malpractices. This has been noticed by, I don't want to mention the names of the newspapers. For example, Deccan Herald from Bangalore. In the heading itself, they have given that CPIM gives a different analysis of what has happened in Bihar. Now we feel, when I reacted to groups of media people, I said that each political party in India bloc, Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, need to very seriously, dispassionately, and sincerely introspect what was our role, whether we were realistic, whether we could put all our energy and strength into the election campaign. It is not a secret that some constituents of Mahagathbandhan contested against each other. How people would take it? People will raise the question, are these people serious? When such a huge threat with neo-fascist tendencies
Right.
controlling the ruling, machinery, these people are contesting with each other, even though it was only 11 seats.
Hmm.
out of over 250, people, before the eyes of the people, it's a very negative and irresponsible behavior of Mahagathbandhan. I use these harsh words, now, because now it is time for us to introspect. So we have to undertake that introspection individually by each political party. Then we may have to have a meeting of the India bloc, as and when the leadership of the India bloc decides. We, the left, won't constitute the leadership of the India bloc, but we are part of the India bloc. We need to reflect upon this. Could all the leaders and all the political parties forming part of the Mahagathbandhan, could we give our entire energy and time for the campaign? This is
That's
also
right.
a question.
No, but you are expressing doubts over RJD and Congress and other smaller parties that apparently they appear to be fighting against each other rather than fighting the mammoth machinery of NDA.
Yeah. Even there was some seats of CPI, there were Congress candidates. We were willing to contest only 4 seats. Maybe because of that, other parties had some sympathy for us, and they did not come and file their nominations in our 4 constituencies. I don't know.
So
Many
are you
other
saying
places.
no? But had you decided to contest a larger number of seats, you think that you could have won? Had you contested on a larger number of
No,
seats in Bihar?
no. So far as CPIM is concerned, whether we contest large number of seats or not, what is more important is to defeat BJP and their allies. We give
Right,
utmost importance to that.
right. Okay, so now the next big test, of course, is Kerala, where your government is in power. Pinarayi Vijayan is the chief minister. How hopeful are you that you will be able to uh, beat the anti-incumbency and come back to power for the third time?
You have used the word power, that our government is in power. I would only say that our government is in office. There is hardly any power left with state governments. Now, governors are used and misused to tamper with the performance of state governments. The financial powers of the state governments are being systematically assaulted and confiscated by the central dispensation. Political authority, we know, and centralized plans are being imposed on states. And if we don't sign MOU with the central government, that we will fall in line with your diktats, the funds states are entitled for as per the constitutional arrangement, that funds are being denied. And if we go to court with a complaint, we know how Supreme Court is behaving and other courts are behaving. So it is a very, very, very challenging situation. Opposition-led state governments are being strangulated financially and administrative power-wise. But transcending all this, overcoming all these challenges, the performance of LDF government in Kerala, led by Comrade Pinarayi, our Politburo member, is beyond comparison. Kerala happens to be the only and first state in entire India where extreme poverty could be fully eradicated. Some people say that there is still poverty. Who said there is no poverty in Kerala? We were only attempting to put an end to extreme form of poverty, and there are yardsticks for that. This is an achievement. When other Indian states have extreme poverty from 15 to 30% of their population, Kerala had only less than 1% extreme poverty. So that is a good foundation for us to begin with. So this situation that Kerala extreme poverty percentage is far, far less than other provinces of India is not the magic of the Pinarayi Vijayan government alone. The social reform movement contributed towards that.
Right.
First EMS government of 1957 which introduced land reforms and education reforms. Then empowerment of women. Women in Kerala go for studies in a far higher percentage than any other Indian state. So when women get education, the family would be different. The family is helped by an educated woman.
Right.
So
No, but you're right in what you're saying. But now, with this latest weapon of the special intensive revision, which will unfold in Kerala, we've seen the BLO dying by suicide over there. And not only in Kerala, like there are many cases of BLOs dying by suicide. Do you think that this is a powerful weapon again in the hands of the central government by which they can cut into the vote bank of the left government in Kerala?
you see, the central BJP government won't leave any stone unturned in trying to uh, bring down the forward marching left movement. There you are right. But the organizational political strengths of the left in Kerala and the political consciousness of the Kerala society as a whole would ensure that the machinations of BJP, which by and large succeed in many other places, it won't be so easy in Kerala.
Okay. But everybody has been saying that don't be surprised now. The model which was seen, the model of vote theft which was seen in Bihar, if that gets replicated, then don't be surprised if BJP becomes the single largest party in states like Tamil Nadu and Kerala also. Would you buy that view?
I don't buy. Because even in Bihar, without JDU, they would not have performed like this.
Yeah.
And in the Lok Sabha election 2014, BJP and Narendra Modi, both of them were defeated. With the support of Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar only, Modi is managing. So 2024 election proved that neither Modi nor BJP, RSS are invincible. People can defeat them. That lesson already people have.
Right. But Mr. Baby, coming back to the left parties, left has always been considered as a bulwark against, the muscle power and the money power with the kind of movements and the grassroots movements which we have seen. But the left is often accused of having an ideological rigidity which your party has not been able to shed. Uh, are are you seeing any kind of a change as far as the ideological rigidity is concerned? Will you embrace the change with the changing times? Because that is an often discussed issue that left is not becoming relevant. It's not changing with the times. It's not making itself acceptable and popular amongst the youth. What are you doing on that front?
You see, your point is very, very relevant and important. And to be a working class party, a party of toilers, those who work. When we say working class, some people think only a railway worker, auto rickshaw driver, or a construction worker. You and I are also workers. You see, you are working from a newsroom. You see, I am working as a political activist. So, when we say a society of working class, we only keep away the exploiting classes. For that, your question is whether the CPIM and the left are changing with the changing times. This is your question. We may
Yes.
say that we are trying to do so. At the same time, maybe we would be found wanting. But I would like to bring to your notice that there are some friends of mine who are hardcore leftists, sympathizers of the progressive movement. Some of them criticize us for diluting the Marxist-Leninist ideology. So you are posing the question, we are not sufficiently changing. When we try to change, there are our good friends saying that no,
Diluting the
that the
idea.
difference between the left and the right is getting blurred. What are you doing like this? So
No,
this
but
kind of
whatever the
question
difference
was.
is, Mr. Baby, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that your own colleagues or your own counterparts will start accusing you that You are not differentiating between the left and the right. But the point is that if you don't make yourself different and than what the left was in the yesteryears, will it not face an existential crisis? It's already is facing an existential crisis because, of course, you're a party of the working class. You have to carry on with the movements. You have to raise a banner of revolt on various issues. But at the same time, people want to see left in power. After all, you were in power in Tripura. Once upon a time, you were in power in West Bengal. Now, it seems that Kerala is almost like a last bastion, if you can save it for the third time now.
You see, we have to change with times. There is no doubt about that. We are on the same page. But at the same time, you see, certain things which we are doing, the society or even media is not taking note of in a befitting manner. You see, we continue to be a national political party. There are only 5 national political parties, to the best of my knowledge. Ours is the only political party among national political parties which opposed the electoral bond scheme, which is a scheme to legalize the corruption, the connection between billionaires and political parties which support billionaires. Not only we opposed, we could make use of that electoral bond scheme and we could accept. You just take the list. How many thousands of crore BJP got, Congress got, various regional political parties got. With some of them we have political alliance also. But we did not accept a single pie. We not only fought against the electoral board, and finally Supreme Court said that is an unconstitutional exercise. Don't you remember? CPIM was the only political party which went to Supreme Court and fought on this issue. But who gives credit? Who says that CPM is different from other political parties? CPM was offered prime ministership at one point of time. Due to political, ideological, and other reasons, we said we are not accepting. Thank you for offering Comrade Jyoti Basu to be made prime minister. People generally speak that every political party is after power, but here's a political party which abandoned, which refused to accept a responsibility, an opportunity like this. So I'm sorry, we are different from other political parties in many ways. I have only brought to your notice 2 instances, but this is not being recognized in public sphere by media. We are also at fault. We also not sufficiently explaining this thing to masses of people, but we are different. Whether we have three LDF governments or one government only, we will stand by the people. We will carry the flag.
When you say, Mr. Baby, that you've not been able to convey your achievements to the people, so is it a lack of a proper communication strategy? Is it, there was a time I used to interview Mr. Yechuri regularly. At that point of time, the general grouse was Mr. Yechuri also, I often used to say and tell me that we don't have a huge social media presence. That has been overcome to a slight extent. It is much better than what it was earlier. But how will you convey, say, for example, in Kerala, Pinarayi Vijayan's government's achievements? Ultimately, you have to communicate it to the people. How will you do that? If you are not able to communicate, then which means that is communication the weakest link of your party?
I fully agree with you. We are found wanting in going to masses of people and
why?
talking to them in their language.
So, Baby, you did induct
we
lots of young people.
We have to reflect upon that, and we need to correct ourselves in this particular sphere. Okay. It's 4 o'clock now.
Okay, one last question before I wind up.
I have to go to another similar.
One question.
Maybe another occasion we can discuss.
No.
Actually, I wanted to discuss about the president.
No. Yes, my last question was related to that. Only one quick answer. That presidential reference and the opinion.
I can give a quick answer.
Yes. Go ahead, please. On what Supreme Court yesterday said.
The April 8th judgment. You see, and after that only President sought a clarification from Supreme Court. April 8th judgment, which was pronounced taking into account of an extraordinary situation where many important legislations affecting the lives of the people of those states, governors are sitting over that indefinitely. So, when we look back, that April 8th judgment was an extraordinary judgment reacting to an extraordinary situation, even fixing a time limit for governors and even president that they should take a decision within 3 months' time. Okay? That was a judgment which Justice V.R. Krishnaiyer would have delivered. That was a judgment with Justice Chinnapareddy would have delivered. So I salute the judges who gave the verdict on 8th April. But now the Constitution Bench, headed by the Chief Justice of India, has given a judgment with lot of technicalities. Then this judgment nullified.
People say it's not a judgment, it's an opinion and an advisory by the Supreme Court.
That's right. But now, whenever states go to court with the behavior of governor, court will not entertain that. Now, there is I am shocked with this particular judgment. But
Okay.
when people like would be shocked, there is a fig leaf in this opinion. What is that? However, in glaring circumstances of inaction that is prolonged, unexplained, and indefinite, the court can issue a limited mandamus for the governor to discharge his function. This is the only saving clause in the entire hundreds of pages long, opinion given by the Constitution Bench. Constitution Bench disappointed people like us. Now what happens is, during British Raj, there were governor generals. Now under Modi Raj, governors behave like governor generals of British Raj. But governors are just appointed officers by the Prime Minister and Home Minister. Any day when they withdraw their pleasure, they are jobless. Will the elected president is elected by members of parliament and members of legislatures. Will the president of India hold a legislation passed by parliament who is an elected political entity? No, he or she will not. But these officers appointed by the Prime Minister and Home Minister, they are sitting over the elected governments. In Jammu and Kashmir, when there was a meeting to review the security situation, elected Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir did not get entry into that meeting. An appointed officer who is known as Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, he presides over the meeting, he conducts the meeting, keeping the elected Chief Minister outside. These kind of authoritarian trends with neo-fascist tendencies, this will fray national integration in our country.
But
How
you
is
think
that
that
we should understand?
Mr. Baby, you think that with yesterday's Supreme Court opinion on this presidential reference, you think things won't get better between the state governments and the governor?
You see, Article 200 says, I don't read all that, but there is a term, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Governor has to take a decision. Now governors, maybe in consultation with central government or not, I don't know. I don't want to cast aspersion on governors or central government, even when they behave so irresponsible manner. But instead of as soon as provided in Constitution, now governors, if the state government is to the disliking of the central government, instead of as soon as late as possible, that is how they are behaving. It cannot be accepted.
Right.
I hope this is good enough.
Yeah. I know you are running short of time. You have to go somewhere. So we'll wind up the interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Baby, for joining on the Federal. Thank you. Thank you, sir.